Hi everyone, it's Shel from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for World Card Making Day 2023 and we're going to be creating this coffee card for a woman that's in the From the Heart Facebook group. So to start off, we're going to use 2 sets of dies from Honeybee Stamps, coffee cup card, as well as Tailgate alphabet. So the coffee die actually cuts out a shaped card, but I only want one of the halves. I'm going to create a single layer to go on top of a card base, so I didn't want to do a shaped card. I have done a couple of these in the past. I believe I even have some on my channel, so I decided I did not want to do that. I used 110-pound Recollections cardstock from Michaels to cut out the cup, and I will use that same paper to cut out the lid using my bitty buzz cutter because that's a smaller piece. And then I'm going to create the letters. So this, I decided that I didn't have the right color cardstock, so I thought that I would create my own from a scrap piece of paper. I'm using spiced marmalade and ripe persimmon to get as close to the orange of the Dunkin' letters as I possibly could. I'm going to then go back to that second die set, which is the Tailgate alphabet, and pick out the letters for Dunkin', put them onto my bitty buzz cutter, and run them through. Since Dunkin' has 2 ends in it, I did have to end up running them through twice, and you'll see I ran the N and the I through twice. I thought that I was going to use the I for the apostrophe that's at the end of Dunkin', so don't worry, I did know how to spell Dunkin', but I ended up not using that second I. I actually used the fallout piece from the letter D and cut that down to use for the apostrophe. You could see in the earlier clip that I used my Tim Holtz craft pick to get the letters out of the dies because I know they're not the exact same like thickness. Dunkin' letters are more bubble letters. They're a little bit thicker, but I didn't have thicker letters. These are the ones that I found. I'm going to go ahead and glue the lid onto the coffee cup using Barely Arts glue, which is fantastic. I did actually have it today. The top kind of blew off of it, and I had glue pretty much everywhere, which is probably why you can see it. I think you can see the glue on my hands. I still had it on there. I didn't get it off of everywhere. So that's the first time that it's happened. I've had this for a while, and I don't know what happened. It just kind of was like pressure built up, and the tip just kind of blew off. So I don't know. If anybody else has had that happen, let me know. Maybe I just got a bad bottle, or maybe I'm just terrible with glue because I've had something similar happen to the Honeybee ones. Maybe I just squeezed the glue bottle too hard. So now I'm gluing down the last letter of Dunkin', and I just wanted to make sure that the letters were spread out evenly enough. I'm terrible with glue, 1, because I probably already had it on my hands from before, from another project that I did. But 2, I don't know. I feel like I'm just a messy crafter and I get things everywhere. So I wasn't really happy with the way the end looked. I use my sand eraser to actually, a pencil, and then I use a sand eraser to actually get rid of the smudges that I had on there because it wouldn't be a card that I created without some smudges. Now I'm going to go in and add some shadowing to the card because just because it's white doesn't mean that there wouldn't be any shadows. So this is a C00 Copic marker that I'm going in with and just adding a little bit of shading. And then I'm going to go in with a C1 and underline the lid because that's where it would be a shadow, and then around the edges again, and then go back in with the lighter color, which is what I did again around the sides, and then I go back in and add a little bit more of that darker C1 to the edges, and then kind of go back and flick out the color around some of the edges so that it kind of looks, it's very white in the middle, but it has a little bit of shading on the edges. So like I said earlier in the video, this was for World Card Making Day. If you guys participated, I hope that you had fun. I hope that you found some contests and things you could enter. I didn't do any of that this year because I was actually at the block party. This day usually coincides with the day of the block party, and I chose to go support some local crafters. So we had a great day, but I decided I wanted to come home early and get a couple of things done. I wanted to finish one of the cards for the Christmas series, as well as do this card. Oh, after I finish using the sand eraser, I'm going to start working on the background, and I apologize that the first half does not record. All I did was I took some washi tape, split the card in half, and I used this 2 oranges that I used before on the side. And now I'm going to be using 2 colors of pink. I'm going to be using Worn Lipstick and Picked Raspberry. The reason that I chose these colors is because those are as close to the Dunkin' colors as I could get. So I'm going to ink up that background. Normally I would do an ink blend from the top to the bottom, but I decided I wanted to do a little bit more interest and do it in the triangles or sailboats, like we used to say when you would get, cut your sandwiches, you cut them into sailboats. So triangles, sailboats, however you want to look at it. I wanted to try something a little bit different, and this is different too. It's a 5x7 card, which is a little unusual for me. Actually, I've been making these a little bit more recently because they have some more real estate. So I did get done 2 cards today, but in years past, I've actually done a ton of cards, but this year could only get 2 done. So once the background was done and I cleaned off my desk, I'm going to go ahead and attach the coffee cup to the front of the card. And then we're going to use another stamp set from Honeybee, and I believe this is called Coffee Talk, to do the sentiment on the inside. So since this is an encouragement card for someone who broke their leg, I just thought that I would do something that was kind of cute and clever inside, and it says, "Life happens, coffee helps." Now, this is one stamp, and I had used it on another card and actually cut it, and I like the way it looks better on 2 lines. Well, I'm going to use 2 colors on each of the sentiments to ink them up. So I used the pink ones first for the Life Happens, and then Coffee Helps, I used both of the oranges for that sentiment. Stamping in Distress Oxides doesn't always take the first time, so if you're using Distress Oxides, I would say use a stamping platform because that'll give you the best results. And once the sentiments are stamped on the inside, that is the card for today. I hope that you enjoyed your World Card Making Day and got to do some crafty projects. Thank you so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. And I'll see you again real soon for another video. Bye!